Hi, everyone. Welcome to our webinar on breathing exercises. So I am Dr. Soni. I practice out in San Jose, and I'm here with Dr. Apar Saoji. Did I say your name right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
We met many years ago, so in 2016 at the International Congress on Naturopathic Medicine, and this was out in Barcelona. We were both representing our individual countries. I came from Canada at the time, and Upper, you were from India.
India, yeah.
Yeah, so we connected our teams and we've stayed in touch and communicated about all things related to naturopathic medicine and research. So it's been many years since then, and now I'm practicing medicine, and Dr. Saoji is as well, and you're also teaching.
Yeah, I do.
So where are you teaching right now?
I teach in the first yoga university in the world. That's called the Swami Vivekananda Yoga University, which is located in Bangalore.
Great. I'm so excited to have you here. I've been posting a lot about breathing exercises in different avenues, especially now because it is good for immunity and stress
Absolutely.
reduction,
Absolutely.
especially as our community is in this global stress response. So I wanted to have an expert here to demonstrate how to do these exercises correctly and aligned with the traditional philosophies.
All right.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for hosting me.
Yeah. So I'm going to let you take it away.
All right. So breathing exercises are called pranayama. Prana means the life force, and regulation of these life force is what is pranayama, which is an integral part of the tradition of yoga. Probably you must have heard of Ashtanga yoga, which is a popular form of yoga said by Maharishi Patanjali, who is the founder of the yoga tradition. And it talks of the 8 different limbs of yoga. So pranayama forms one of the limbs. And as we understand, yoga is about 5,000 years old, or as early as mankind himself. And therefore, pranayama also is as old as that. And there are a lot of yoga texts that narrate profound impact of these breathing exercises in controlling mind, and how there are a lot of benefits of doing it for the body as well.
Yeah, so we've known about breathing exercises, and it's been a part of practice in India for about 5,000 years. And now it's being done, and it has been being done across the world. And we're using it more for its health benefits and in all kinds of yoga studios these days. I know Ashtanga yoga is practiced at my local yoga studio. So this slide is about Pranayama in research. Dr. Saoji published a great article. So a lot of these findings are straight from your article. So I'm going to let you take this slide as well.
There are about 2,000 plus research reports on pranayama which are available, and it's proven to be beneficial to bringing a state of autonomic balance. We talk of the autonomic nervous system activity and how stress leads to a sympathetic arousal. So pranayama predominantly helps you to bring back the relaxation part of the nervous system and therefore bring in autonomic balance. It is also known to enhance cognition. My own studies and many colleagues across the world are demonstrating that pranayama has been useful in enhancing the cognitive abilities, whether it is attention, memory, or all sorts of other things. It is also very useful in managing stress, anxiety, and other physical and psychological ailments. We have found a lot of work has happened in cardiovascular diseases like high blood pressure, respiratory disorders like bronchial asthma or COPD, metabolic disorders like diabetes. So in all of these performing pranayama would help in terms of how you can manage these problems.
Yeah.
I guess there is a lot that is available, and it's very difficult to put it together in couple of minutes, but that's how I would put it if I have to describe it in very brief.
Mm-hmm. So it has been found to do things like help lower blood pressure,
Yeah,
increase lung capacity for asthmatics and those with COPD. And in general, it is helpful for regulating your stress response. And so just by doing that, it boosts your immunity.
absolutely.
So this is a picture of the article that you published. I wanted everyone to be able to see it. And it's a nice summary on all of the literature available on breathing exercises and the different health conditions that they've been found effective in.
Yeah,
And
that was part of my doctoral work.
great. Yeah, and it's good to know that this is the only physiological system that is both natural, so that's what autonomic means, as well as you can cognizantly control it. So that's a
Yeah,
unique opportunity that breathing exercises present as an intervention.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna get into some of the top techniques here. So you may have heard of some of these techniques before. The reason we've ordered them in this way is cleansing breath is useful if you have congestion. It helps remove the congestion. And complete breath, it's a great beginner strategy to learn. Alternate nostril and humming breath are a little more complicated, but also, as you're getting more familiar with breathing exercises, these are definitely very useful. Okay, so cleansing breath. I'm going to do some of the talking here, and Dr. Saoji is going to demonstrate how to do this breath. So as you can see, he is seated in a comfortable cross-legged position. Back is straight. You start by inhaling deeply, pushing the abdomen out and taking in as much air as possible in 1 second. And then the next step, it's natural. You're immediately whacking that same air out, and it's going out through your nostrils. And it's a sensation of having been punched in the stomach. This breath can actually cause some people to feel faint if this is their first time doing it and they overdo it. So do be careful with it, and don't go overboard with this breath. I have seen people get a little lightheaded, but it is very good for cleansing. And let me just change the screen so that we can see you larger. And if you could demonstrate it again, that would be great.
Sure.
Okay, so go ahead and demonstrate it. Perfect, thank you. Yeah, that's great. All right, so just a couple tips for this breath. Do push your abdomen out as far as you can. I mentioned that I have seen people feel dizzy from it, and so I like to tell people to work up to this breath, just so they're more aware of how their body reacts to breathing exercises. But again, if you're congested, it is one of the best breaths to start with because it will clean out your sinuses.
And if you have some congestion, probably it's advisable to have some tissues with you because it will be blowing your nose.
Yes, that's a really good suggestion.
A very important thing probably is not to overdo it because like Dr. Soni was just saying, you may start feeling dizzy or lightheaded or something like that. So gradually go on increasing the practice.
Mm-hmm. Great. So I'm going to let you talk about this and I will demonstrate it. This is the complete.
Right. So sitting cross-legged, or if it is not possible to sit cross-legged, you can sit on a chair. A very important thing for all pranayama practices is going to be keeping your back erect. so that your thorax is easier in movement. So it's very simple to do complete breath. What you need to do is just be more conscious and breathe deep using the same breathing that we were otherwise doing. So you need to inhale slowly through the nose, breathing deeply and consciously. Take about 5 seconds to fill the lower part of your lungs by expanding the ribs, pushing the abdomen out. So you're basically filling the entire chest by breathing in, and concentrate on filling the top of your lungs in the next 5 seconds. If possible, hold the breath for 1 to 5 seconds. It's not mandatory to hold the breath, but if you can, just hold it for a couple of seconds and then exhale gradually so that you're emptying your lungs. So you can repeat this 4 to 5 times or even multiple more times. So I think Shreya, as you demonstrate, we would be able to see that as you're breathing in slowly and deeply, and trying to hold your breath for a few seconds, and then you're breathing out completely.
So it's going to be hard for you guys to actually see what I'm doing. But one of the important things is that I like to do is to put a hand on my stomach and sometimes another one on my heart. So I like to feel that my belly is actually rising and falling with this breath. A common thing that people do when they're anxious is they have shallow breathing, so breathing just through the chest. That can actually worsen all their symptoms of anxiety, so that doesn't help. So throughout the day, it's good to just do a check-in and check that you're breathing from your abdomen, from your belly. Your belly is actually supposed to go up and down when you're taking a breath. Okay, so I will go to the next slide. These are some more suggestions for doing the complete breath. This is a nice breath to do before you're going into any meditation as well. Just helps you get grounded.
You could do it even before you go for sleep, because it will help you relax and calm down, and you will be able to sleep better.
Okay. This one's one of my favorites because I feel like it helps align your brain, everything that's going on with what's going on in your body. Especially
it's one of the most researched breath as well, and also it is going to be a very, very important practice when it comes to balancing your autonomic nervous system activity.
Mm-hmm. Just again, so autonomic nervous system is that part of your immune system and your whole body that is involved with your response to stressors. So it's the part of your nervous system that shoots out hormones like cortisol so that you can react to something like a bear or help you relax when it's time to do so in the evenings. So autonomic nervous system, it helps put you in the right frame. What we have nowadays is that with chronic stress, people are exposed to a lot of small amounts of stress continuously, and they find they're not able to relax enough. So for example, just driving, that can be some people it's fine, other people it's a huge source of stress. And they'll see that, with things like their heart rate going up, their breathing becoming more shallow. All of those are signs that you need to check into your autonomic nervous system and work on relaxation more. So I will talk through some of the directions here, and Apar is going to demonstrate this for you. So for this one, you want to sit in a cross-legged position or on a chair, and again, keeping your back straight. You're going to raise your right hand. You're placing your ring finger on your left nostril. You close it off. You're inhaling deeply and slowly through the right nostril to the count of 4. You close off the right nostril with your thumb and retain the breath for a count of 1 to 4 seconds right in the middle of your nose. Then you open your left nostril and you exhale for as long as you can. So you work up to 4 to 8 seconds. And it's harder to do the longer length when you're just starting at this, but you work up to being able to exhale for about 8 seconds. The longer you can exhale, the better. You want to completely empty out the lungs. And then this is important. So you've just breathed out from the left nostril. You're actually breathing back in again through the same left nostril. And you're breathing in for a count of 4. And so meanwhile, while you're breathing in, your right nostril is closed. And then you're holding that breath that you got in from your left nostril for about 4 seconds. And after 1 to 4 seconds, you're letting out that stale air through your right nostril. And you're exhaling for 4 to 8 seconds through your right nostril. If you're just starting, I would suspect that 4 seconds is enough for your exhale. And congrats, it's a little complicated, but those steps complete 1 round. So you want to repeat this about 5 times, or continue it for about 10 minutes if you suffer from insomnia at night. So initially people start with a ratio of 4 seconds in through 1 nostril, 4 seconds holding it, and 8 seconds of an exhale. And once you've done this more and more often on a daily basis, you're able to lengthen the time. So it's 8 seconds in, 4 seconds being held, 8 seconds back out. And those who are really experienced, like Dr. Saoji, I would expect, it's an 8-8-8 ratio. I'm not there yet. Some tips are that it's good to practice whenever you need calming. If you're upset or irritable, you do not need to push yourself to hold the position or increase the ratio to 8 seconds until you're comfortable doing so. You want to make the breathing rhythmic, smooth, and slow, and eventually it becomes even inaudible, and this breath naturally balances the body and the mind. Dr. Saoji had mentioned that this is one of the breaths that has the most research on it.
Yeah. And it's excellent if you have problems like high blood pressure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because high blood pressure, one way to think about it is an increase of pressure in your life, so an increase of stress. And this really helps you deal with stress.
Absolutely.
All right, the humming breath, Bhramari. So I'm going to let you teach this one.
Okay, this is a very, very simple practice. And what you need to do is breathe in and breathe out through your nose. But while breathing out, you make a sound like a female honeybee. Okay, so for that, what you could do is place your tongue on the upper palate and breathe in. While breathing out, you make the sound. So you would be breathing out as long as you can, keeping the mouth closed and making the humming sound. As we make this humming sound, there will be fine vibrations that you can feel on the head region. This is going to relax you a lot and enhance your cognitive abilities. There have been studies which demonstrate that the cognition enhances by doing this practice, probably by enhancing how your brain is able to feel the sensations.
Lovely.
Yeah, you could repeat that 5 times, 10 times. Every time you're breathing in and out, you're breathing slowly and breathing out completely.
That's great. I'm also going to just do this breath once, demonstrating it. So
yeah, so just sit relaxed and keeping your back straight, and then take a deep breath while breathing out. Make the humming sound.
Yeah, and I can feel the reverberations in my nasal palate.
Yeah.
So it is relaxing. It might even be helpful for people who have tension in that area.
Very, very relaxing.
Okay, well, thanks so much. And if anyone has any questions about these techniques, or if there are other techniques, if you want to learn more about this stuff, send us a message. we're both available and easy to contact. So I'm going to let Dr. Saoji describe some of his focus and location.
Yeah, so I live in Bangalore, and we could meet on the virtual basis because of the lockdowns that are there around. And I work with stress-related disorders, metabolic syndromes, and chronic cardiorespiratory disorders. Basically, I work as a naturopathy physician, and my thrust area has been research in these areas. So you could reach out to me over email or on WhatsApp or even on Twitter or Facebook. The details are there.
Great. And I practice out in San Jose at a clinic called Naturopathic Family Health. I love supporting women in balancing hormones, sex hormones, thyroid hormones, adrenal hormones, and especially treating endometriosis. And so my website is dr-soni.com, and you can send me a message through Instagram at the.endo.doc. I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you so much for joining us and taking some time to learn about these techniques.
Thank you so much.
Okay, great. So,
Wish you good health.
yes, good health.